average US millionaire drives a car that is approximately 4 years old and has over 40,000 miles on it. Buying a car to get to work, then going to work to pay for the car might not be the smartest thing you've ever done. So, if you want to learn a better way to buy a car and the things to look for, as well as see a virtual car tour, keep watching. Hello future millionaires and welcome back to my channel. I am Kayla.K.Keane. In this week's video, I'll be discussing how to buy a car the smart way. If you are trying to build wealth, the first rule is do not buy a car that is brand new, right? I know we all love the scent of a new car. However, buying a brand new car is not the smartest idea, as motor vehicles, unlike real estate, decrease significantly the moment you buy it. Cars decrease by 10% the moment you drive it out of the car mart, and then it will decrease by a further 20 to 30% within the first year of you owning the car. Instead of buying a brand new car, the smarter thing to do is to buy a car that is between 3 to 5 years old. Someone else has already paid the price for that 10% that they lost when they drove out of the car lot. They have already faced that 20 to 30% depreciation, and now you will be benefiting from a brand new second-hand car that works just as fine and has a low enough mileage. Tip number 2. Research the car before making a purchase. Some cars are known to have manufacturer faults or other faults, and they will cost you a pretty penny. So you need to look at what it is that you need and what it is that that car will provide. For example, the specs of the car. Is it that you need a 2-seater, or is it that you need a 5-seater? Do you have a bigger family, and do you need a caravan instead of a regular car? All those things need to be known to you before thinking about making a purchase. And a car is not an asset that you should impulse buy. So don't just walk into the car lot and pick a car because somebody is telling you that this is the car you need. No, you should know exactly what you're looking for, and do not make a purchase until you are sure that this is the one that will best suit your needs. Tip number 3. If you have cash, go ahead and make a cash purchase. If you don't have all of the cash at the time of the purchase, you can go ahead and do part cash, part loan. However, try as best as possible not to take a full loan. Sometimes car loans are a little bit high in terms of interest rate, and you can suffer if you go ahead and take a full loan without doing a proper purchase, especially if the car that you are choosing does not best suit your budget at the time. Tip number 4. Check the valuation report. Ensure that the price that you're paying for the vehicle is not more than the current market value. You will see it on the valuation report listed as current market value. Ensure that you're not paying more than that amount for the car. The valuation report is there for a reason. It is there as a guide for both the customers and for those who are selling. So ensure that you're not being ripped off. Do not pay more for that value. In fact, it is recommended that you pay probably 10% or so lower than that value, even more. However, ensure that whatever you do, you're not paying more. This, of course, is because if you go ahead and pay more for it, then if you're ready to sell the vehicle, you might be operating at a major loss, as you will not be able to recover all of the money that you have paid for the vehicle. And remember, money that we're keeping back in our pockets is always good money. All right. Tip number 5. Do not get emotionally attached to a specific type of vehicle. Remember, what you're trying to do is to find a vehicle that best suits your need. Persons who are emotional are easier to make bad financial decisions and are easier to be convinced by those sales reps. Remember that the sales reps are trained to get you to purchase even if you're not sure. They're very convincing, so do not become emotional and become attached and clingy to a car, right? So when you go into the car, remember also to check out the features on that car. And I'm going to show you quickly a little virtual tour courtesy of Nissan that you can look at and use as a guide when you are ready to purchase your vehicle.
We are taking a spin in the extra.
The virtual tour. Now, as I said before, do not get emotional about your purchase. I have linked a video above about how your money and your emotions don't work so well together. So if you are an emotional buyer, watch this video, just pause this one, watch it, and then come back. And now we're moving to number 6. Try to buy a vehicle with a high resale value. Now, some brands of vehicle hold their value more than other brands. For example, Toyota or Honda holds their value. So if you buy a Toyota for, say, 2 million Jamaican dollars, you can usually sell back the vehicle for, say, 1.5 after using it for a little while, which is pretty good. So ensure that the vehicle that you're going to buy has a high resale value. To learn more about this, you can talk to your mechanic and you can also talk to the dealership. However, the average person on the street can also tell you. So rely on the years of experience that your parents, grandparents, uncles and aunts have gathered. So don't just take my word for it, or don't just take one person's word for it, but go around and have the conversation with persons and they'll tell you their experience and they will give you good advice. Tip number 7. Do not use more than 15% of your family income to purchase a vehicle. A lot of persons are paying, say, 40% of their family income on their car note, but this should not be. That 40% should be allocated towards real estate. So that money that you're paying for your car should be better put to use by using to pay for mortgage. If you don't know how to buy a house here in Jamaica, I've linked it above. And if you are not interested in purchasing a property in Jamaica but you'd prefer to purchase in the US, I've also linked that video above, so you can pause this video, watch it and come back. Number 8, be very careful when you're choosing a vehicle as it relates to color. Approximately 35% of the vehicles sold in South America and Asia are white. So that means if you have a white vehicle, then you stand a better chance of reselling your vehicle, as persons are more interested in that specific color. Black, on the other hand, is 17% of the vehicles sold, and silver or gray is 12%. So if you choose an orange car, a green car, a purple car, you have just decreased your chance at reselling that vehicle when you are ready to do so. Additionally, those high color vehicles depreciate in value faster than the whites, blacks, and grays. So be very careful when choosing a color. Number 9. Some vehicles are cheaper to maintain. So ensure that when you're making a purchase, you think about maintenance before purchasing the vehicle. So it's all good and well if you want to buy a nice high-end car, but what of the maintenance? Maintenance could range from anywhere between your servicing, which you'll have to do on a 6 months basis thereabout, but you have to also think about, in case of a car accident, how is the cost as it relates to parts. So go ahead and research before making a choice. Everyone knows that it's cheaper to maintain a Toyota as opposed to a BMW. So if you don't have the money for maintaining a BMW, go ahead and buy a more cost-effective model vehicle. Tip number 10. Remember, now that you're settled on a vehicle, you know what you want, you know what suits your family need. It is below 15% or thereabout of the family's income. Ensure that you examine the vehicle. I've actually known someone who purchased a vehicle from a very reputable dealership, but the vehicle was involved in an accident and they tried to fix the vehicle and hide the accident. Luckily, this person was observant and checked the vehicle, only to find out that there was actually damage done to it and they tried to repair it. Luckily, they gave him a brand new car to replace that one. But remember, not everyone is honest and persons can try to remove parts from the vehicle and so on. So go ahead and check. For staying to the end, I have a bonus for you. Now, most persons do not know that between December and March of every year is actually the best time to purchase a motor vehicle. This is because the car marts are trying to get rid of older vehicles to replenish their stocks. So if you want to buy a motor vehicle, that is the best time for you to check. Or you can check earlier in the year and come back at that time to see if the prices have gone down. Now, as always, future millionaires, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. Until next week, future millionaires, stay financially literate.